The movie starts in Chris's parents' bedroom, where we see Chris's mother awakening in horror. She's scared of her life. She's calling out for her son. Um, she's crying, and her husband is trying to calm her. And I believe it starts in the bedroom because the bedroom is the most intimate room in the house. It's where you're supposed to find peace. You're supposed to sleep there. You're supposed to relax. You're supposed to feel completely safe. And when she awakes in the middle of the night, completely terrified for her son and crying for help, something tells us that something is very wrong in this family. After that scene, there we see this poem um, that is written by Lord Byron. Lord Byron, or also known as George Gordon Byron, who lived from 1788 to 1824, was a leading figure in the Romantic movement. And the key in the Romantic movement was nature. Nature was really put on a pedestal as this huge, glorified, divine thing, and it was godlike. And Lord Byron was really into that, and you can see that here also. I love not man the less, but nature more. Um, and Lord Byron also came up with this Byronic hero who's not a typical superhero with super muscles and superpowers, and he's just going to save the day any day. But a Byronic hero is more an intellectual individual who is sentimental, who has a dark, troubled path, who rejects norms and moral codes of society, just as Lord Byron did. Lord Byron traveled across the world as well. He had a lot of love affairs with both men and women, and I think that Lord Byron could have created this Byronic hero looking at himself. I think that Lord Byron actually fits the Byronic hero extremely well, but a person who also fits the Byronic hero model, so to speak, is the main character, Chris. The main Chris is also, he's extremely intelligent. He is not super strong. He has a troubled path with his parents, and he lives a very uh, he lives a life in solitude. He chooses to live alone, not to share it with anybody else. So yeah, so he fits the character, the not the character, he fits the Byronic hero extremely well. The music in the movie is very natural throughout the intro. It's only this guitar playing and then this man humming over it, and I think that it suits the theme of the movie extremely well because they always, or throughout the whole movie, it's very focused on nature, and all Chris wants to do is to become a part of nature and nature. And I think that it's extremely appropriate to use music that's not manipulated as most music is today, but just use some simple guitars and some humming. I think that's very appropriate, and I think that it suits it very well. Um, the points of view, oh, not the camera angles of the intro is very closed up. You see here on the train, we can see this Alexander Supertramp, and we can see from the side of the train, and it makes us feel like we're with Chris, like we're in the cabin with him. We feel extremely personal, just as in the first scene with his mother, where we feel extremely close to her and we feel very intimate. That's the same. I think the same goes for here. Um, that we really do feel like we're with him. Um, Same goes for the handwriting on the screen. The handwriting, I believe, comes from a diary entry, and I think that a diary entry is extremely personal. So, oh, it's not. It's a letter. I'm sorry. It's a letter, but it's a personal letter. It's a letter from one person to another. It's a private letter, and it's written in personal handwriting. And I think that when we see this again, we feel like we're in we're very close to Chris right now, and we're very close to who he is as a person, even though we haven't actually met Chris yet. But we know we're kind of getting a feeling of who he is as a person, and so on and so on. Um, when the man drops him off and says, "That's about as far as I can get you," I think he means, "That's how far I can get you." Like they're at the border of the society. I can see also here like the chain with a little sign on it. I think that could represent like this is where society goes, and from here it's just nature and it's just woods, and and you can't get any further out than here. So I think that he really like when he's there, he has reached the end of society. And it also says that from here I walk into the wild. So I think that's pretty clear that that's the border right there. Um, the stream that Chris crosses represents his transition. It's a symbol of him becoming this person that he wants to be. Throughout the movie, he seeks to be someone else. He's been this goody two shoes boy who's been living with his picket white fence family for his whole life. He graduated college with super grades, and he's tired of that, and he's tired of being in that society, as he says in the movie as well. And I think that he's transitioning on his whole trip across America when he becomes Alexander Supertramp. He's transitioning from being this uh, this person who has been formed by society to forming himself. And I think that that stream, that river, is a symbol of that. It's a symbol of his transition, of him transitioning into being another person, the person that Chris actually wants to be. Um, the things that could tell us something about what's going to happen later in the movie is the whole letter to Wayne. Like we just started the movie, we have no idea who Wayne is, but the whole letter, um, kind of tells us that that there's going to be a person named Wayne. Um, the flora and fauna book, I'm actually not quite sure about that, but I just found it funny that that in the end of the movie that's the book that he misreads and then ends up killing himself because of that book, because he read the wrong page or whatnot. So there's a link from the beginning to the end, but I don't think that when you're watching the movie for the first time that you're thinking, oh, this book is going to be important. But it actually the book that ends up, you know, getting him dead, like killing him. Um, and last but not least, I didn't find anything very um. Oh, I didn't find anything very. What's the word? Oh, I forgot the word. It's the word in the assignment. Oh. Like, nothing really jumped my eye. I thought it was a nice intro, but I didn't find anything specific about it. I didn't. Nah. Bad ending. It's alright.